Good evening, soldiers. I'm Cadet Sutphin, and I am your squad leader for Operation Bobcat. We are 1st Squad, 1st Platoon, Charger Company 1-5 Infantry, and this is the paragraph 1 of the op board, right? Time effective 29/0600 August 24. Our task is to attack to destroy on Objective Phantom. Our purpose is to deny enemy influence on battalion domain. Our composition is split between Alpha Team and Bravo Team. Both tasked to attack to destroy enemy on Objective Phantom, and purpose is to disrupt enemy operation on Route Camaro and Battalion Domain. Key weapon systems both have that M249, M320, but Alpha Team has that M3M AAWS. Attached to us, we have Gun Team 1. Same task and purpose, but they have the M240 Bravo that's going to help with suppressive fire for our operation. Let's go. Here is our AO overlay that's going to help familiarize us with the AO. Here's AO Ronin. This is our AO that we're going to focus on. Here's AO Almarak, not us. AO No Slack, also not us. But there are enemies coming from AO No Slack that we'll talk about later. For our boundaries, we have 37 Northings, 31 Southings, 17 Easterlings, and 10 Westings. And specifically, our boundaries are going to be Route Camaro. This northern strip right here, it goes further up, but important to know Route Camaro, our northern boundary, northern strip, but it does come down all the way over here, right? Eastern boundary is going to be this line on the mountain separating us from AO Almarak. Southern boundary is going to be below Objective Phantom, right along here. And then our western boundary is going to be this river, hard to not see, right? Going to be this long, wide river right here. Key terrain is going to be infrastructure. Infrastructure is important for different reasons throughout this. Main supply routes, establishing defensive and offensive positions. It's going to be right here across the bridge to cross the river, and right here kind of at this intersection. Let's go. Then we're going to go into what the enemy has in terms of fixed rotary, IDF, reinforcement, ADA. They do have a platoon of ATK helicopters that we are aware of. For IDF, this is what we're going to focus on, and we don't want to get hit by, right? This will hurt our operation a lot if we're ID'd. They have one battery of a PL-66 152 howitzer at multiple positions in Tai Tung. And they fire within 10 minutes after an ID of infantry squad or higher. And they also have one PP-87 82mm mortar. Fires daily from 0300 to 0800 and then 1500 to 1900. And that's on Objective Bobcat. So this is going to be very important to us within 5 minutes. They have one motorized platoon, and they also have a platoon of ADA that we're aware of. This goes into our GTAO that we constructed. First thing we see, lots of dense vegetation that's causing restricted and heavily restricted terrain. That's going to bend our avenues of approach around. Let's talk about avenue of approach 1 first. It's going to bend leftish around this terrain, this hillish, very dense terrain. This is also dense right here with an IV line, so we're going to have to bend around here. Why we don't like this, though, the enemy likely has established defensive positions on this bridge on key terrain 1. As we can see, enemy coming from this civilian populace, this village. And then, so that's going to gear us towards avenue approach 2 and 3. Coming around here, avenue approach 2 goes straight to this key terrain 2. Why this, we also have to be a little skeptical about. The enemy likely has established positions on here too, right? It's key terrain for both of us. It's going to be advantageous for them. They likely have established defensive positions. That's why we like out of approach 3. Go straight to Objective Bobcat. The terrain is not horrible to move along, right? Perfect. As we said before, dense vegetation, the key terrain, lots of mountains. Weather, how it affects our operation. There is some illumination on the beginning nights, not towards the later days, but that's going to give us concealment, reduce our air support, but the benefits of concealment from movements outweigh the lost air support. Winds, practically no one, that's going to affect, the wind's not going to affect our operation. Precipitation, it's going to rain, that's going to favor the enemy. It's going to slow down our movements since we are dismounted and they only have a reconnaissance squad dismounted. It's going to favor them heavily, and we have to be aware that's going to slow down our movements. Cloud cover, it says at 98 to 99%, and that is going to favor us, right? We're going to be less detectable and give us that concealment that we need to not get identified. Then temperature, humidity, right? It's going to stay hot and humid the whole time, so it's important we stay hydrated, soldiers, right? We're all going to be dismounted, moving around, maneuvering, so we're going to be fatigued. They only have the reconnaissance squad dismounted, so that squad is going to be fatigued as well, but the other units already have established positions in our stationary. Now we're going into the composition of the enemy, starting with the motorized infantry company below 90% strength, sitting around 160 packs. They have 2 motorized infantry platoons and 2 ADA platoons. All right, their tasks are to occupy AO, control civilian populace, prevent United States influence, defend civilian populace, and block. Pretty much same task and purpose across, just block United States influence and defend their civilian populace. We can see that visualization through this analysis. This is irrelevant to us, don't pay attention to this, but we see that motorized infantry platoon right here occupying this area. We talked about this reconnaissance squad before, how they're the ones dismounted and they're going to be screening this area, and it's important we don't get ID'd by them because then we have that ID written down on us, right? They're going to alert their friendlies, tell them, hey, ran down that ID on the United States forces. And then we see the motorized infantry platoon here as well as the ADA platoon here defending this area. And I said they have that established position across the bridge. That's why we don't want avenue of approach 1. We're going to go 2 or 3. Going level down into the motorized infantry platoon below 90% strength, right? They have 3 motorized infantry squads as well as the mortar team, reconnaissance squad. Their HQ, their task is to occupy AO Ronin and that infrastructure. Infrastructure is important, as I said before. Control civilian populace and establish defensive positions, right? Here's the analysis on that composition, what they're doing. We have the mortar team right here. We have to be aware that mortar team has capabilities of 5,600 meters throughout. So if we get ID'd by this reconnaissance squad screening, we're in lots of trouble. So it's important we don't get ID'd by the reconnaissance squad. We have a motorized infantry squad controlling this area, another squad occupying this area, right? Another squad right here. Now we're going into the mortar team below 90% strength with 4 personnel, right? Their task is to disrupt and deny United States forces, maintaining objective Phantom and denying United States forces from Tai Tung Air Base. They have that PP-87, the mortar, QJZ-89, QLG 10, CSK-141, DJZ-08, QBU-88, and we'll see that on the sit temp I'll show you in a second. High value target's going to be that 82 millimeter mortar team. That's high value and high purpose. High value because that's our purpose, to destroy that on objective Phantom. High payoff. It's high payoff because we're not going to have that IDF on us once we destroy that. As well as I have that wire obstacle here. It allows for better movement and maneuver, so that is a high payoff for us if we destroy that. Get rid of that. Here is our enemy sit temp, right? We have the mortar team right here. They are capable of 5,600 meters around, and then we'll go into specific weapon systems here. The QLG-10, 200 meters going over this road. DJZ-08, 300 meters going along this road, kind of giving security to the QJZ-89 going 1,600 meters along here, kind of like that sniper rifle type weapon system. Then we have the QBU-88, 1,000 meters cross-sectioned with the QJZ-89. And we have that motorized infantry squad controlling and denying this area right here. And you can see by this sit temp, they're controlling lots of the roads and infrastructure because that's what's important in this operation for supply routes, defensive positions, etc. Here's our capabilities, right? The recon squad screening. So we need to optimize tactical movements so we don't get ID'd by them. Movements and maneuvers, they're going to control infrastructure, bridge, and key terrain. So we need to avoid them and take that avenue of approach 3, like I said before. We can't run into them while they have those advantageous positions. Fire, they're going to have IDF. They have lots of IDF. They have fire superiority within that. So we need to maintain and or achieve concealment so we don't get ID'd. Protection. The enemy is in control of civilian populace in AO, and they have that home field advantage. We lock the knowledge of terrain. We do, right? They're from there. So there are likely obstacles that enemy has reinforced, and we need to be aware of that. It's going to slow down our movement. Sustainment. Enemy forces have established positions and are not fatigued, right? The only one that is dismounted is reconnaissance squad. The enemy is well supplied with established supply routes. It's smart to not drag on the fight. It needs to be a quick operation. And then their only weakness in all of that is going to be their lack of closeness of proximity. Through this, it is easier to achieve fire superiority against separate units, and we need to capitalize off of that. Then here is the concept sketch of the platoon level. Here we have first squad. This is us attacking to destroy enemy mortar team on objective Phantom in order to deny enemy influence on the battalion domain. And then here we have third squad suppressing enemy on objective Ghost. The purpose is actually to disrupt enemy force operations on objective Phantom and objective Reaper, so they're helping us out. And then we have second squad up here, and they're ambushing to destroy enemy on objective Reaper in order to disrupt operations on route camera. That will conclude paragraph 1 of the op word. Leadership, come up to me if you have any questions. Thank you.